Desk and entertain some
Hey
people.
everyone, this is Drake and this is Patrick.
Hello.
Facebook Live.
Some people don't like old drugs. Some people think it matters a lot. Others say it don't matter too much. Some like to go to Acapulco. Some don't like to go that far. Some people don't believe in angels.
You're on.
But it don't matter who you are. Everybody likes to be loved. Have your arms around me. Get lost in a tender touch. Yeah,
Hey everyone.
everybody likes to be loved. Oh, sometimes just a little, but there's never too much. 'Cause everybody likes to be loved. Well, it's made up of colors, reds and greens and whites and blues. No matter how you paint the picture, one thing comes shining through. Everybody likes to be loved. Have your arms around them, get lost in a tender touch. Yeah, everybody likes to be loved. Oh, sometimes just a little, but there's never too much. 'Cause everybody likes to be. Don't you know they wanna be? Everybody likes to be loved. Everybody likes to be loved. Galaxy.
That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, 3 after 11 o'clock, 27 degrees. We've gone a degree over our high, and I kind of feel we're going to go a lot higher yet. 33 degrees maybe is quite reasonable today. Thursday, February 14th, is Valentine's Day, and I couldn't think of a better way to start off a show than Patrick Masse with Everybody Likes to Be Loved. And joining us not only is Patrick Masse, but also Drake Jensen as well. Good morning, gentlemen.
Morning.
We're off to a killer start right now. Let's do that again. Good morning, good afternoon over there.
Good afternoon.
There we go.
Good afternoon.
Oh, yes,
I
good
knew there was
morning.
some light coming out of Canada. Of course, Patrick coming out of Vancouver, and Drake at Ottawa, Ontario. Now, you guys are quite a way away, and of course, we can beat you by a few miles than that. We're down under in the Antipodes, and getting this connection is absolutely superb. Got to thank both of you gentlemen for taking your time out of the day to be able to talk to us here in New Zealand.
Oh, you're welcome. Pleasure.
And I see Gregory Old is joining us.
Yes, he has.
Nice to have Gregory online. And this is an absolute hero of mine, I've got to be honest, gentlemen. He's the blanket guy. He does the Blanket Society and gives stuff to the homeless people all around Canada. Absolute hero. You know, I think he's in for the Humanitarian Award, even if it's only from us. Here in New Zealand, we have a great deal of respect. So, Gregory Old, nice to have you among with us. Yeah, there you go. And is that loud enough for you? Can you hear them properly? You can? Cool. Now, I want to talk to you about this particular song, Patrick, Everybody Loves to Be Loved. How did you come to the lyrics of this?
Well, it was actually, I actually did write this song, but I was sent some songs from Olay, their management and publisher, Canadian and in Nashville and Los Angeles. And I was down in Nashville, I think when I was doing another record, and I was searching for some songs and went in and they sent me this song, and I just loved it from the first lyric, you know. And it's very fitting for today. with Valentine's Day. But it was just, like regardless of, who you are or who you love, everybody likes to be loved, right? So it was, I just knew I had to do it when I heard the track.
I fully understand, I really, really do. And besides today being a very special day, we've added you to a number of shows that we have, including, gentlemen, you were the feature artist this morning here on the Brecky Show, and I think I was talking to you, Drake, earlier on this morning, and just as I was about to start, that's about 6 o'clock here in the morning, so forgive me if I cut you guys off really, really quickly. I just really had to start my day. But having said that, at the moment, we are absolutely loving your music, and believe me, you're getting a huge response, especially with the collaboration work that you both have done, and this is why we've brought you both on. Even though individually we feel that you guys are superstars in your own right and are going to make a big impact in the music industry, we feel we had to build up to having this particular track recognised, because believe me, there's been a lot of people wanting to know more about both Drake Jensen, and believe me, Drake, we have you playing in the country show on a Sunday, which is 16 hours of that, and again in the Monday night artist show, because we knew you were going to be doing an interview with us, and same with you, Patrick. We have you both lined up there and are getting a huge amount of people wanting to know more about you. So first of all, I got to ask you, Patrick, let's start with you. How long have you been singing?
Oh gosh, I kind of got into music when I was about 14. I wrote a song and I sent it off to a record label, and I started, in a duo, started songwriting with this other guy, and then just kept going, and then around, I guess when I was about 19, I got into country music, and then was in the mid-90s, I started going to Nashville and released my first record in 1998, so, and I'm still here, so. I've been doing something right.
Absolutely, and at the same time, I want to talk to you, Drake, about your quality of music, and believe me, guys, I am an engineer myself. I have been an engineer not only doing studio work, but live work with some of the major bands around the world. And believe me, I can't fault your music. I really absolutely love your style of music, and especially because it was the collaboration that I first heard in the first place. But Drake, where have you been getting your stuff recorded?
We have our own studio here in Ottawa that we've built. I have Jonathan Edwards engineered that track for Go Your Own Way. And that was recorded here, so we do a lot here. I've done some in Nashville, although I don't anymore because there's really no need for me to go there. And I've also done some in Nova Scotia, in my hometown too.
You know, it is absolutely superb. I love the quality of work that you're both turning out. I really, really do. And I want to talk to you about wherever love takes us. Now, being Valentine's Day, I thought it was appropriate that we put that one in. I see we put in a Patrick one as well. Now, tell me all about it.
That song was kind of an anomaly. I was out for a run one night, and it was the winter. I was freezing cold. I came home, and I went on to a site where there's a bunch of demo songs, and that song in particular popped up, and of course it was the demo, which is very, very stripped sounding, and as soon as I played that demo, and I always gauge it by what my budgie bird's like, because for some reason, as soon as I started playing it, the birds just lit up, and they did not stop. I could barely hear the song, and when Michael came home, I said, this is a song I think we need to record, and so it turned out to be my biggest song to date. So I really love that song. It was written by a songwriter by the name of John Rose in Austin, Texas.
Okay, and believe me, I think if the budgies are reacting to it like that, it's going to be an absolute hit. I know that a lot of people have been requesting it since we first played it here at Galaxy, and it's absolutely starting to stir with people around the world. And believe me, we're in 63 countries right now, and over 5 million tuned in listening. So without further ado, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM. Here's Drake Jensen, wherever love takes us. Gosh, it's hot up here, though.
Yeah, it's kind of hot today.
What are you doing?
It's 26 degrees.
It is 26 degrees. It's very, very hot. You guys comfortable there?
Yeah, I can hear you great too, which is wonderful.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice. Everybody got a drink or anything on hand, just in
I
case?
just had coffee.
Well,
Yeah.
join the club. I got a coffee as well, so nice.
Oh, awesome.
It's not quite 4 o'clock yet. I'm not allowed a special coffee.
Oh, what time is it? Somewhere. You took it right out of my mouth.
Absolutely. I tell you what, being in this courtyard that we have here, it's a little CBD area. Right across the road, or right across the grass from us, is a pub.
Yeah.
So the government requirements here are that once a month we have to have a fire drill, which means that absolutely down to the inch is right in front of the bar as our safety area. So I mean, we get called out every bloody week instead of once a month.
We all have turns shouting.
Yeah, everybody, there's a different shout all
Hi,
the time. It
Dwayne.
really, really is. Now, you were wanting to point out something. Was it Gregory Old that you were wanting to point out?
Oh, with hi, Greg.
Yeah, absolutely. It's absolutely a pleasure to have Gregory joining us.
Here we are.
Nice. Absolutely brilliant, my friend.
Oh, hang on, we might be able to get the boys in too. Yeah, we got
There you go.
got the boys in.
Look at that. Absolutely. Now, we'll be giving you guys a copy of everything we do here so that you'll be able to use it for your own edification. Even a crazy photo, we do that. After the interview, we'll probably take some photos so that we can put those on Facebook and every media like that. And speaking of the
I gotta go
media...
get my makeup on.
Oh, there you go. And
the
speaking
blush
of
on
media,
at
my
least.
next question is basically going to be media based. Like, are you on Facebook? Are you on Twitter? Are you on Instagram? And do you respond? And I'll ask individually if that's okay with you. That way we can get the individual sites and stuff like that that people can go to. Because believe me, I think today is your modern day database, if you know what I'm saying. So we'll have a chat about that right now.
Here you go.
I love
Rush,
this
rush.
track, by the way. These guys are great.
We are the wind, whispering on the wave of love. Do one move from here. This is our chance. Nothing to fear. If we open our hearts, we'll see the
That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, 15 after 11 o'clock, 27 degrees. We're heading to that 33. That is my prediction, of course, being Celsius, not Fahrenheit, for those people over the other side of the world. And, of course, we're joined by Drake Jensen coming out of Ottawa, Ontario. I absolutely love Ottawa. I was there when the Olympics were on, had a look through the the town or the city. Absolutely loved it. I really, really did. And of course, we're doing a double. We've got Patrick Masse with us from Vancouver, British Columbia as well. Absolute pleasure to have both of these superstars here at Galaxy 107 FM. And I'm just going to ask you guys, and I'm going to ask you first, Drake, are you still with the Outlaws?
In my band?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I have a pretty large band.
You do?
These days, you know, to make a living in music, a lot of musicians have to play with different people. It's just the nature of the business. But my band, I've probably got 8 people altogether that I draw from, depending on what live show I do. Lately, you know, it's been a lot more acoustic stuff. It seems to be the way things are leaning. But yeah, I'm still playing with the same people I was playing with 7 years ago.
You know, I kind of got a list or a rundown of some of your band members. Of course, Andy on drums, Bill, electric guitar, Doug, keyboards, Alan, the fiddle, and of course Jonathan we've got in there as well. He's the band leader, okay, yeah. Okay. Tom is in there as well. Stefan and RW as well. You know, I was wondering if some of them were permanents and some of them were session musicians, if you know what I mean, but it sounds like it's a complete whole set. That's going to be a nightmare to mic up.
The big shows are always stressful, especially when you're doing when you do like things like Pride festivals and things like that. It's always a challenge when you have a lot of musicians, and it's why I tend to I like to strip back shows with just a couple of guitar players these days. I really enjoy that, and I find the music becomes very intimate at that point.
Exactly. And it's nice that you brought that up because just a couple of days ago we had a Rainbow Festival march kind of thing down the main street of our biggest city here in New Zealand, and it was we usually have it in Ponsonby. Ponsonby, it is, isn't it? And goes down Ponsonby Road. But there was an issue with police officers and stuff like that. They wanted the police officers not to come along in uniform, but it's going to be, you know what I mean? So there was a stick in the mud there. So they've reassigned everything. They've just celebrated that just a couple of days ago, and it's an absolute pleasure because New Zealand was the first place in the world to actually legalise gay marriages, and I've got to congratulate you, Drake, for being married. Now, where did you get married? Was it in America, or did you come to somewhere like New Zealand to be able to do it legally?
No, but by the time Michael and I married, that was 12 years ago now. It was legal in Canada for 2 years at that point.
Right.
So we were married in a Protestant church here.
Very, very cool. We absolutely love that. We really, really do. Because it should be, and I think it's been for too many years that people have been making decisions for other people and not taking what really is going on in life. And believe me, there's an absolute acceptance of gay marriages here in New Zealand. There really, really is. We're forward thinking, not like some parts of the world where they're still only just adjusting to letting women drive, for goodness sake. You know what I'm saying? So we're right up there. Love the idea.
I'll touch that.
No. Well, you know, it keeps me occupied. It really, really does, because then I don't have to talk about Australians.
It's funny, they probably didn't want them to drive because once they did, they'd probably never come back.
Well, you know,
Yeah, true.
equal rights, let's take the car and go shopping. See you in a couple of years or so. Yeah, I understand that. I really, really do. Now, having said that, guys, I've got to ask you, because the fans want to know, how do we get hold of you? Are you on Twitter? Are you on Instagram? Are you on all those medias? And I'm going to ask you first, Drake, how people can get hold of you. But more importantly, guys, I've got to let you know, I want to ask you, do you respond when people do?
Oh, if they send me $20, I will.
Oh, there you go.
I'll do anything for $20.
Okay. Okay.
At least your fee's gone up, Drake.
I know, inflation.
That's a Spanish.
Yes, Yes, of course. I have a Facebook page. It's Drake Jensen Music. And they can go there and they can message me there. And yeah, if you'll notice, the response time is like 5 minutes. So I usually respond when I'm home.
Nice, nice. And how about you, Patrick? How do we get hold of you?
Yeah, it's still the same. I have Patrick Masse, my Facebook page. My Instagram's at Patrick Masse, or my Twitter's at Patrick P. Masse, I believe. Yeah, but I'm like Drake. I respond very quickly. I mean, depending on what's in the message. I mean, I don't respond to.
Fair enough, too.
You know what I'm talking about, Drake?
Certain pictures is what you're talking about, correct?
Yes, exactly.
Right. Those
Anatomy photographs?
Yeah, of course.
It's anatomy class.
Those images, yes, I don't get any. I've got to be honest with you. I personally don't respond to anything.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that for 1 second.
I don't. I have a Barbara. She's my filter right now, to be very honest with you. I'm usually very... Yeah, I don't even own a phone. I've got to be honest with you. I really don't. Barbara does all my online stuff, and she's very, very capable of speaking for me, if you know what I mean. Only because I'm lucky.
Aren't you?
Well,
I make fun of
I'm
them.
shy. I'm shy. That's what it is. I'm very, very shy. I like to be able to be a personality.
You seem very shy.
Yeah, well,
I don't believe that for a second.
I like to be a personality, but when I get off air, I like to be a person. You know what I mean? And have a very
Totally understand that. Yeah.
private life.
Yeah, I hear you.
And believe me, some places in New Zealand, I can't go anywhere without being hounded by people who want signatures, usually the bailiff.
Yes.
Yeah, it usually is actually.
Not talking about that either.
And speaking of $20, by the way, Drake, you must be familiar that we have a lot of sheep here in New Zealand, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I got to be honest with you, I'm no good at sheeping. I've tried it, I really, really have, and well, I lost.
I tried it once too.
Yeah, I lost a sheep somewhere, and you know the local bordello turned out to have the sheep, and by the time I picked it up, somehow it had earned $20. So it shows you how drastic I am, and it's got a couple of referrals to come back again.
Okay.
So that's where the $20 went. Anyway, my friend, I want to talk to you now, Patrick, about Let's Ride. Now, how did you come to this? Because believe me, we're getting a huge response for this track.
Yeah, I actually, I was doing, as you noticed, quite traditional country music, and so much so that country radio was like your two country for country. So my man at the time introduced me to Kuya. They're two Filipino brothers. They produced people like Kelly Clarkson and Alicia Cara, and so they were more pop R&B. So I flew up to Toronto and went into the studio, and we wrote that track in about an hour and 15 minutes, and it just kind of rolled off all of our tongues, and it's, so I'm super excited to, you guys are the first station in the world that has it, so it's, nobody else has it yet, so it's kind of an exclusive right now.
I got to be honest with you, I'm very, very fascinated with it, and I'm flattered at the same time. Not only am I humbled that I'm in your presence, but I played it a couple of times, and within a matter of minutes of playing it, we had our internet blowing up going, can you tell us more about it? Now, we couldn't at the time because we were doing this interview, and we are releasing this as we speak. Basically, it's a world premiere, and we're very happy to do so. But there was a huge instant response, which to us is absolutely amazing. We really, really jumped all over that. So, Patrick, without further ado, here is Patrick Masse, and Let's Ride. Barbara, it's hot up here.
You need stronger glasses.
I need stronger glasses, maybe
Yeah.
cleaner glasses.
Yeah,
You're getting
pretty
it.
fogged up.
Yeah, oh, look at you all sweaty.
Yeah, it's hot.
There you go. Are you comfortable, guys?
Yeah, oh yes.
Nice. So, we're going to move into having a chat, and we were talking, Drake, about getting you down here, down under, if you know what I mean. We kind of had a little brainstorm about this a couple of days ago, and we thought, about 4 shows might be about perfect for here in New Zealand, and maybe about 6 shows in Australia. Where did
he's coming back.
There he is.
There you go.
About 6 shows in Australia, which I think would make it worth your while coming here in New Zealand, down under. And believe me, I think by the kind of responses we're getting for you guys, it's not a silly idea. It really isn't.
We just need some sponsors, guys.
We're going to talk to Gray and get Gray on it, I think.
Absolutely. And believe me, I have a lot of respect for Gray. He's an icon in the business down here, down under as well.
Gosh, isn't it a small world? Who knows who?
Yeah, it is a small world.
Gosh.
It really, really is.
It really is.
So, but I love this.
I really think we should. I really think we should go, Pat.
Yeah,
I do
absolutely.
too. Yeah, and I've already been talking to Air Canada about it, so
Do you?
I'd like to be. Yeah.
Well, we here in New Zealand,
that's awesome.
even though
That's a
Kiwis,
long flight, though.
yeah, it is. It's a very long flight. But even though Kiwis can't fly, we actually do have our own airline.
Yeah. Air Canada does the sponsorship thing with me, though, so it's they take me around.
Brilliant.
So it's definitely a lot better when you don't have to pay for travel.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I'll tell you what, we can take care of the visas and all that sort of stuff down this way. It's better to come from New Zealand to do it than from Canada trying to get it. You know what I'm saying? So we can take care of that.
Right.
As long as we have your wish list, what you want for your back lines, everything like that, your foods, any medical stuff we should know about, if those are all
Crazy.
included.
We need pills.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
We don't want red Smarties. We want Xanax.
Okay, fair enough.
Listen, Jonathan and Lee, my band leader, we could do a nice acoustic show together. It would be really
Brilliant.
great.
Yeah.
We could try to do guitars as sort of a Songwriters on the Round series. That's what I would.
Let's go back to the
That
desk.
would be perfect.
Let's go back to the desk, guys.
Yeah, Grant's panicking.
He is not. That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, 29 after 11 o'clock, it is 28 degrees, we're climbing, literally heading for that 33, I think we're going to target out at this morning. Thursday, February 14th, hot. It is very, very hot up here, I've got to be honest with you. And believe me, that's right, absolutely steaming up the charts here at Galaxy. We only had it a couple of days, literally, and believe me, we've had a huge response wanting to know more about it. And of course, Patrick Masse is going to make a huge hit here at Galaxy 107 FM. Joining us, of course, is Drake Jensen as well, and we're going to talk about Talk Me Down. But first of all, guys, by the way, we have been receiving the interest in you guys. I think it's feasible that we talk about maybe getting you to tour down here in the Antipodes of the land of the long white cloud. Would you be interested in making a visit this way?
Oh, yes, sir. Oh, yeah, I'd love to.
You know, and at the same time,
Anytime.
you know, it's really crazy because you never know who knows who. And of course, you're a good friend of Gray Bartlett's.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't met him in person yet, but we've definitely corresponded, and we've been trying to work on getting a tour down there, down in New Zealand and Australia. So I mean, we'd love it. Love to come down. It'd be kind of nice to come down now because it's our winter.
Yeah,
Yes.
I got to be honest with you. We're pretty much coming into the tail end of summer right now. Still very, very hot though. It's very much the beach scenario, if you want a good day, come here to Komodo, because believe me, we're in the basin right here, and it just gets hot and hotter and hotter. And believe me, there's no respite, not even at night time is still retaining its heat. Got to say though, coming to New Zealand, we do a few crazy things here in New Zealand, I've got to admit with you. Maybe you're familiar with the Lord of the Rings?
Yeah.
Okay, just about an hour and a half drive from where we are right now is actually Hobbiton, with the Bigfoots or whatever you call it, did their filming for that, and it's absolutely stunning. It's exactly what you see in the Lord of the Rings, and not too far from here as well. We're in the middle of about 3 cities, I've got to be honest with you. One's a Maori tourist city, and believe me, we can take you to Hell's Gate there, where you can actually cook food and everything like that using the natural thermal waters, and believe me, they get very, very hot. You really, if you've got a lobster or two, throw one in, and believe me, it'll be cooked in no time. Then we have a fishing village called Whakatane. Whakatane is just down the road. Then a shipping port we have, which is Tauranga, which is bigger than the two of them pretty much put together, really isn't it? But we're in the middle of this, and right on the pulse of it. But having said that, I said that we do a few crazy things here in New Zealand. Guys, have you ever heard of a hoo-hoo grub?
A hoo-hoo what?
Grub.
Grub.
Okay.
Sounds like fun, though.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what. You've heard of a caterpillar, right?
Oh, God, is it with a caterpillar?
No, it's not. It's actually bigger than a caterpillar. In fact, it's like a double-decker bus to a mini.
Oh, it's a grub. Like a grub worm.
It's a grub worm. Yeah, absolutely. It really, really is. And believe me, it's part of our wild foods heritage here in New Zealand, where you eat one of these and literally you put the live body in your head, in your mouth. Bite off the head. Don't eat the head. It's yucky. It really is. But when you crunch down on this, and Patrick, you're going to love this. You really, really are. It tastes like creamy peanut butter.
Oh, wow.
I've got
Zoom
it.
in on that.
Just put it in your mouth, Patrick. Don't ask any questions.
Yeah, just don't eat the head. Take the head off.
That's part of my problem. That's why I'm still single.
Well, you don't like too many live things in your mouth.
No.
Okay. Believe me, you'll absolutely... You'll find this rather amusing. You really will. And we'll send you the instructional videos very, very shortly. I'll make sure Barbara sends over a copy so that you can revolt at that at your own private will. But it is something we actually do here in New Zealand. It really, really is. Having said that, guys, we can take you down the bottom of the South Island, a place called Queenstown, which is absolutely stunning. It really, really is stunning. And I don't know, Barbara, we'll throw them off a bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll throw you guys...
They do that. They do that in my hometown. They jump off bridges all the time.
Yeah, we call it bungee jumping here in New Zealand.
Oh, is that where you're... Oh, you're going first, Pat.
You went dark, weren't you, Drake?
You're going first. I already hit my head years ago.
Well, I'll tell you what, Drake. We can make it a tandem and put, of course, you're a good, lovely man, strapped to you as well. There's nothing like a tandem screen.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. Having said that, though, guys, you're not Australian. We'll attach the bungee.
Okay. How much do we get paid to do this? Is there any payment for this?
No, it's all part of the fun, to be quite honest. But I tell you what, if you go back for a second, I'm going to look at you sideways. Really? You want to do that again?
I think I always say the younger person should do the more adventurous things. So Patrick, that's for you.
There you go, Patrick.
Oh, gee, thanks.
I'm too old. I might have a heart attack.
No. Well, I'll tell you what, my friend. I myself have done it a number of times. I know AJ Hackett, and it is absolutely exhilarating. You can't get past the rush, to be quite honest, especially if you see this river speeding up towards you, and then suddenly, you may get your head wet, you may get half your body wet, or may not even get wet at all, depending on the sense of humour that the guys have got at the time. But it is absolutely fun. We also have a big swing.
It It depends on how quickly you plummet to your death. Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
well, no, I actually haven't heard too many people dying here in New Zealand from it, but a few amateurs overseas, achieved that result. I know that. But it's based on, if you remember, the Zulu kind of guys out of Africa who used to jump off a tower with vines wrapped around their ankles to prove they were men. Well, we kind of adapted it to prove that we're just nuts.
Well, your "Talk Me Down" song is pretty appropriate for this conversation.
I was going to say, and what a great segue.
I was leading into... Patrick, you just blew my sails out. You really, really did, because we have Talk Me Down right now. And Drake, please, tell us all about it. How did you come to the lyrics of this?
Okay, so this is written by a friend of mine in Nashville. He's actually now living in Florida. He wrote another song that I had recorded called "When It Hurts Like That," and in his repertoire he also had "Talk Me Down," which is kind of like the follow-up song to "When It Hurts Like That." Because after you hurt, you need to be talked down. I kind of thought it was just the natural progression of things. But I also wanted to record that song I kind of had on the shelf for a while. I didn't know when to do it, and it was kind of a little bit more on the rock side than what I'm used to.
Okay. But I got to be honest with you. I think it's an absolute brilliant piece of work, and absolutely, I love the work that you're putting out. But this one is quite special. It is quite rocky, and believe me, I think it's getting quite a forum of its own right.
Mm-hmm. It's a well-written song, and sometimes I'm not the greatest songwriter. I mean, I've written before, but I always tend to. It doesn't matter to me. Some people are very driven about writing their own music. I like to record great music.
Yeah, absolutely.
Whether I write it or not, it really doesn't matter. And if somebody is really good at a craft and passes something on to me, I think it's really a privilege that people give you these songs that you can actually record them.
Absolutely.
Well, it's sort of an act, don't you think, Drake, that to know, like Anne Marie was always, like, she never wrote anything, but she knew how to pick the right songs. I mean, I think that's an art as an artist, too, whether you wrote them or not.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
I totally agree with you on that.
Absolutely, and I got to chime in there as well, because I absolutely agree with that as well. Now, I got to let you know the process here, and believe me, you may be astounded at this, that we get literally between 30 and 50 people a day wanting to do the promotions, get us to play their music, all that sort of stuff. It goes via Barbara into production. Production and Barbara have a little chat about that, usually never seeing eye to eye, to be very honest with you. And then they whittle those down, and believe me, 50 bands a day, 7 days a week, that's a lot of bands wanting promotions. It goes down to about 10, and believe me, there's a lot of soul searching in those people doing that. Then they take it to a board of 8, who then whittle it down to maybe 3 interviews a week if we're lucky. So believe me, we only choose the best music. Having said that, all of our staff instantly, when we heard "Go Your Own Way," just went, this is a winner. It's an absolute winner. And we're going to talk about that very, very shortly. But right now, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM with Drake Jensen. Talk Me Down.
I know what you're going to say.
Rocky, Adrian?
Oh God, it's heavy now.
Oh, no,
It's really heavy.
it's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
If you were to A/B that with the first thing I've ever done, it's completely different,
Right.
Yeah, well, it's a journey, right?
And it's all about the journey, isn't it?
Yeah, it keeps
It is.
on.
You know,
Keeps
it
going on.
really,
the
really
journey.
is. Oh yeah.
really
Yeah.
is.
Hey, sorry, thank you very much for this, by the way.
Oh,
we really appreciate. This is great.
Patrick came through our Galaxy 107 page.
Exactly,
That's awesome.
exactly. It was through the Galaxy
Yeah.
107 page that we have
That
that
I
we picked
run.
up on you. You see, not only does Barbara get so many bands wanting to interview, she finds the time to go out and find others as well, if you know what I mean. And the Galaxy page works because, as I say, it's a process and a matter of process, but we only play the best music here, and believe me, our staff absolutely love your guys' work. They really, really do. And basically, we would love it if we can have more new stuff in the future when you're recording again or releasing more stuff. We would love to do this again with you guys.
Come back on.
Absolutely. Yeah. Actually, this is the first time that Talk Me Down's ever been played on radio.
Right. Yeah. Again, it's a premiere, and I'll make a point of that as I come back out into air again.
It was a good time.
Yeah, and believe me, loving it. The staff, as soon as they heard it, that's it. You know, but yet again, I got to bias staff here. Believe me, they only like the good stuff, much like we do here, and they let me know when they think something's not quite right and when something's absolutely superb. And my receptionist, I feel sorry for her because she gets all these emails every hour, and now she's stopped writing stuff down. She's putting it on the USB and saying, "Grant, you deal with that." You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I think the most amazing thing about I'll toot our own horns for a second, Patrick.
Yeah. Hold on a minute, guys.
The thing about us is that we are like completely self-funded.
Let's go back to the desk.
Yeah, running out of time again.
Yeah, we are.
Woohoo.
You're right here at Galaxy 107 FM. It's 17 away from 12 o'clock, 28 degrees. I kind of feel, we're going to get a little higher yet. Maybe about 5 o'clock this evening we'll reach about 33, 34 degrees. And I can see that quite comfortably, to be quite honest. Thursday, February the 14th, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM. And talking, of course, to Patrick Masse and Drake Jensen. And believe me, I love these guys. They're absolutely talented, and are going to make a big impact in the music industry over the next little while. But at the same time, guys, you were mentioning that this is completely self-funded by yourselves. At the same time, how do we buy your music? Are you on Amazon and places like that, Spotify, iTunes, and can we acquire it there? Or do we have to go to a website maybe and buy it from there?
You go first, Pat. Well, I'm everywhere you can buy music, so Amazon, iTunes, you name it. We're just getting ready. We're redoing my website, so we're going to have it available through the site as well. So, but that won't be for a little while. But once the EP is released this month, it'll be available everywhere. But you can pick up the Men the Man, and I think I still have some stuff on CD Baby too. So lots of places to find my stuff.
Nice. Now, Patrick, at the same time with having that site, do you have a merch store on there as well? Can we buy products?
We're going to have all that on my new site. Yeah, we're getting a new e-commerce and all that stuff set up, so it'll be there. And we're coming up with some cool merchandise to launch with the third record. It'll be a self-titled record, Patrick Masse. So I haven't done a self-titled record yet, so
nice.
I'm excited about it.
Nice. Well, I want you to keep in touch with us with that as well, because we want to know more about that.
Yeah.
Having said that, at the same time, Drake, can we find you on the same outlets, and can you give us a website we can direct people to?
Yeah, it's drakejensen.ca, but most things, the best place to go for anything new is Facebook. And right now we're just in the middle of remodeling my Spotify and uploading. I'll be very honest, I was kind of a bit way behind with Spotify. I wasn't using Spotify. I was mostly relying on iTunes and CD Baby, because you can buy my music there, which I've always been there. But we're just in the process of uploading my whole library now to Spotify.
Nice. And will you let us know when you get a website up with a merch store as well, so we can promote sales of getting products from you as well, if you know what I mean. It's not easy being an artist, and believe me, when you're trying to get your music out there, and you are funding yourself, you need a little bit of gratitude back, if you know what I mean. And we absolutely believe that if we can direct our customers or our fans, our listeners, to sites where they can download your music, and don't be cheap, guys, go and download the music from a reputable company, much like Spotify, Amazon, and iTunes, stuff like that, or even the websites themselves. Support these artists. Believe me, it's not easy being an artist. So let's do that. Now, having said that, at the same time, I got to ask you guys, would you be interested in maybe passing some of your product on to us? We would love to be able to promote you guys and do giveaways, stuff like that, to our fans, because believe me, we get a big response from a lot of people, and they all love free stuff. Let's be honest, they really, really do. Love the swag. And from time to time, if you've got a t-shirt or something like that, because believe me, subliminally, while I'm doing these interviews, people see what I'm wearing and go and check that out as well. So believe me, it's a little promotional thing that we do where we don't actually tell people, go and have a look at this band here, do a knock-in, by the way. But we just sort of from time to time give it a little plug and say, hey, listen, these guys are worth checking out. So if you could do that, I'll get Barbara to send you some details about that. We'd be certainly honoured.
Yeah, for sure. If you do that, I'll send you guys. I just recently had a GoFundMe campaign for my last record, and I did a bunch of merchandise, so I've got t-shirts and that I can send you guys some stuff.
Nice, absolutely brilliant. And if you put a couple more in, especially one for Barbara, I'm sure she would be honoured to be able to wear your shirt as much as I would.
I will certainly include t-shirts for you guys.
Nice, and of course there's my boss Terry as well. She's got her hand up waving at me right now. She's in my head. Yes, she wants one as well. Yeah, absolutely.
Hi Terry, thanks Terry.
And believe me, the rest of the team, well, they can buy them. That's it.
All right.
But we've got to take care of the boss, that's for sure. So I really, really thank you for that. Now, we've come to what I think is the absolute pinnacle, because I've been playing this now a couple of weeks.
Yes,
about a couple of weeks, and we've been getting a huge response for it. Now, believe me, 4,500 requests in the last couple of weeks that we've been playing this. It's gone.
Oh my God!
It's gone nuts. It really, really has. 4,000.
Did you say 4,500 requests for the song?
4,571 to be precise.
That's unbelievable! Wow.
And
oh my God.
well, you know, we've got a big audience and people want to know more about it. And we have been introducing it as Drake Jensen and Patrick Masse, and we again have included it into a number of shows. And as I say, the receptionist, she's given up writing. She's put it all on USBs and just passed it through, goes, great, deal with it.
Wow, that is unbelievable. Wow, like, especially this was Drake's idea, but to hear that, because we didn't really get the traction up in Canada that we really wanted, but to hear that many requests, I'm blown away. Wow, that's unbelievable.
That's really good.
I got to be honest with you, believe me, it has made a huge sensation here at Galaxy since we started playing it, and we're honoured, literally honoured to be able to include it into our repertoire and all of our systems here. We really, really are. And it's nice to be able to have our fans come back to us, showing us an indication that we can pass on to people like yourselves and let you guys know down on the other side of the world that you're making a huge impact down this side of the world and globally.
I think one of the biggest points that Patrick and I, we fight all the time because we're like family. But I think one of the biggest things that we really wanted to show, especially the LGBTQ community, is that there's strength in unification. And that when people work together and when we come together, Patrick and I have reached out to many LGBTQ artists and have had no response, which is really, really too bad. And there's a few of us here in North America that are of, they have a name, and it would be great to put an LGBTQ festival together and work together, but it seems like the community is so scared of somebody getting ahead of somebody else that it basically inhibits them from working together. But Patrick and I have seemingly gotten beyond that.
Yeah,
which is
we toured together and we're still speaking to each other. So I think we can almost do anything now.
As long as you're in a separate room.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
There's our rider. You got our rider now. You guys hear that?
So at the same time, guys, I got to congratulate you because you are rocketing up the charts here at Galaxy 107 FM with Go Your Own Way. Now we're going to officially, and believe me, we've been pretty much releasing everything this morning with you guys worldwide. But right now, this is the most recognised Drake Jensen and Patrick Masse song, Go Your Own Way, here at Galaxy.
Hi, Cheryl.
Cheryl.
Yeah, from the Blue Mariah Band.
I know.
We need your music, sweetheart.
Yes, we do.
Hasn't
we do.
arrived yet.
We want to have that meeting with you. Is Tina join us from Germany?
Yes, she's there.
Tina, it's an honour to have you with us yet again, and we know that you watch quite a bit, and I've got to say thank you, Tina. Absolutely brilliant. Want to do that interview too, by the way, with your band. You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah, Kill Code.
Yeah, Kill Code, absolutely.
Here we
Are you
go.
comfortable, guys? I better switch you over so we can hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Are you comfortable there, guys?
Yeah. Oh yes.
Nice.
Well, I'm just sending Jonathan Edwards, who produced the track. I'm just sending him a message telling him how many requests he got. He will be absolutely thrilled with that.
Brilliant.
Such a good job on that.
It's climbing too,
yeah.
by the way. It's just going out of control. It's nuts, and I absolutely love it. I really do. We'll wind it up from here, but don't go anywhere just yet, guys, because we'll do a couple of pickies to be able to put on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. And we'll
I'm
also
not putting
do.
on Twitter.
Well, you know
I
what
don't
mean.
tweet.
I'm not my best today.
That's
You look fine.
Yeah, no, believe me, you put me to shame.
My
That's for
beard's
sure.
all gray.
He got up late because I know when you
Thank you.
shared the post.
I'm only 21, you know.
I can't believe how, Drake, this is unbelievable.
I'm so happy right now, Patrick.
Me too. It just,
Nice.
we're going to be blowing on social media right after this. I'll tell you that. I'm going to be putting out a
Well,
Me too.
well, guys, do a
Did you
post.
hear that,
Get them to do a
Canada?
post.
4,500 requests.
Yeah. And 71. The 71 is important as well. And climbing.
Yeah.
And climbing. Yeah, so
That's amazing. Thank you so much for all you guys are doing. This is unbelievable.
oh, believe
So
me,
much.
guys, we're huge fans, and I'm very humbled to meet both of you. So I really
And
am.
thank you
know?
for
Likewise.
getting onto my
Very
messenger.
much likewise.
Okay.
Yeah, and-
Thank you so very much. It's been a real challenge to get that song played because of the content of that song.
No,
And
no, it really is
It's
making a
really-
huge
I really
impact.
thought it would. Yeah.
But you see, we
It's been
didn't know
tough
the
going
story
North America
behind
with that
it.
track, but maybe this will come in the back way now. Who knows, right?
Yeah, okay.
Hi, Jeanette. Hi, Steve.
I know you just need to clear your throat, Grant. That's what it was, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, nothing about the back one.
That's what about the back door. Nothing about the back door.
Nothing about the back door. Let's go back to the desk.
If we come down there.
We'll have fun. Don't worry. We will. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you're getting into trouble.
That's right. You're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, and of course we're joined by Patrick Masse and Jensen, and we absolutely love these guys. Now, you're coming out of winter time pretty much and heading into summer. Have you got any gigs, any festivals planned while you're coming into the better part of the weather syndrome?
I've got a bunch of stuff here. Like, I usually don't do a lot in Ottawa, but I've got a release party coming up here in Ottawa, and I've got a performance with the Ottawa Gay Men's Chorus. They have their annual concert. I've got something with them, and then I also have, there's a brand new thing that's being introduced. It's the first queer expo in North America, and I have also managed to get on the bill for that. So
nice.
And then I'm also recording new material, so I haven't been seeking anything live really, just because I'm writing and recording at the moment.
Absolutely understand, but nice to find out that you're going to be there so that we can absolutely be able to get behind you and promote those for you. And what about you, Patrick? What have you got planned up for the summer period?
Yeah, I'm doing a couple of things released as well here in Vancouver. And then I've got another a big show coming up in April, benefiting AIDS Vancouver. It's with I do a Patrick Masse and Friends series, so it's going to be me and Ben Glick, Jenny Doyle, Angela Harris, and Jackson Hollow. So there'll be 4 other country acts, and then I'm going to be heading out to Alberta and doing an extensive tour out in Alberta, Calgary, High River, Lethbridge, and few other cities, so I'll be on the road for most of the summer.
You know, when you catch up with Ben Click, give him a hug for me. He's one of our favourites here at Galaxy, and believe me,
for sure, yeah.
We've known Ben since he was a younger boy than what he is right now, and he's growing up very, very beautifully. To be very honest, he's going to be a superstar in his own right.
He's on fire, man. He's just, he's a real go-getter, and it's nice to see, artists working hard and they're getting rewards, so it's nice to see that. He's definitely a good guy for sure. I'm glad I've never shared a stage with him. This will be the first time, so I'm super excited about it.
Well, I tell you what, when you do see him, please pass on the love from us here, because we are huge fans of Ben's. We really, really are. And if you get a chance, check out a young man called Beamer Wigley as well. Believe me, absolutely stunning. The youth that's coming through is going to carry the music into the future. I really, really do believe, especially with people like Ben and Beamer and a number of others. But at the same time, we have to wrap this up right now. Excuse me, because we are going to be moving into another studio, being on 12 o'clock, which is 2 minutes away. But I got to thank you guys for taking the time out to talk to us here in New Zealand, and congratulate you, of course, for your work that you've submitted. Absolutely stunning work. I know it's going to go through the roof everywhere around the world, including Go Your Own Way, which is a special song for us here at Galaxy. We've got to thank you for that. And looking forward to meeting up again in the near future.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much for having us. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Absolutely brilliant. But don't go anywhere just yet. We're going to take a couple of photos of you before we move on. But in the meantime, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM. Couldn't think of a better song, actually.